Thank you for the expanding grandeur of creation. Galaxies beyond galaxies, filling us with awe. Thank you for this fragile planet Earth we're living in. Thank you for its times and times.
Shabbat Shalom. I'm not going to guilt anybody if you weren't here or watching this morning, but I reported on my discovery that the test of that this has been a successful Pesach is that this morning I finished breakfast and there was less than a box of matzah left. Well, I just want to report to you all that in between lunch and afternoon snack, the Litwaks have finished all of the matzah that is in their house. This is the reverse of finishing all of your chametz right before Pesach. Now you have to finish all the matzah at the end of Pesach, which means as the sun is setting, we begin Shabbat and we end Pesach and begin Shabbat. Hine ma tov u'manayim shevat achim gam yachad. How good, how beautiful it is that we get to be together in person, online, in spirit. Hine ma tov u'manayim, page 128.
אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד.
Each of us enters this moment with a different need. Some hearts are full of peace and gratitude, overflowing with love and joy. They are eager to confront the day to make the world a better place. They are recovering from illness or have escaped misfortune. We rejoice with them. Some hearts ache with sorrow. Disappointments weigh heavily on them. Families have been broken. Loved ones lie on a bed of pain. Death has taken a cherished loved one. May our presence and caring bring them comfort. Some hearts are embittered. Ideals are betrayed and mocked, answers sought in vain. Life has lost its meaning and value. May the knowledge that we too are searching restore our hope and renew our faith. Page 131, Shirul Adonai Kol Haaretz. Sing unto God all the earth a new song.
Shirul Adonai Kol Haaretz. Shirul Adonai Shir Chadash. Shirul Adonai Kol Haaretz. Shirul Adonai Shir Chadash. Sing unto God all the earth a new song. I will sing unto God a new song. Sing unto God and we all sing along. All the earth a new song unto God. Shirul Adonai Kol Haaretz. Shirul Adonai Shir Chadash. Let's rock again. Shirul Adonai Kol Haaretz. Shirul Adonai Shir Chadash.
Bottom of page 131.
ישמחו השמיים, ישמחו השמיים, ישמחו השמיים, ותגל הארץ. ישמחו השמיים, השמיים, ישמחו השמיים, השמיים, ישמחו השמיים, ותגל הארץ. this psalm, Ya'alo Sadai Bechol HaShavot, the field and everything in them exult, then shall the trees of the forest shout for joy. Ya'alo Sadai Bechol HaShavot, Ya'alo Sadai, ay 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 ay, Ya'alo Sadai Bechol HaShavot, Ya'alo Sadai, ay 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 ay, Asheradenu kol ansei Ya'ar, Asheradenu kol ansei Ya'ar, Asheradenu kol ansei Ya'ar, Asheradenu kol ansei Ya'ar, Ya'alo Sadai Bechol asher bo, Ya'alo Sadai, ay 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 ay, Ya'alo Sadai Bechol asher bo, Ya'alo Sadai, ay 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 ay, Asheradenu kol ansei Ya'ar, Asheradenu kol ansei Ya'ar, Asheradenu kol ansei Ya'ar, Asheradenu kol ansei Ya'ar, Ya'alo Sadai Bechol asher bo, Ya'alo Sadai, ay 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 ay, Ya'alo Sadai Bechol asher bo, Ya'alo Sadai, ay 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 ay.
That was composed by Nava Tehillah, a group out of Israel. I remember hearing that when they were leading Kabbalat Shabbat at the old, or the first station, the train station that's now been turned into a kind of a walking area. And in the summer, they invite different people to different groups to lead Shabbat services, and Nava Tehillah is one of those groups.
And actually, this tune was sung here at Sinai before, when they came in 2014,
Yeah.
and they did it as part of their concert. It was not as part of the Kabbalat Shabbat, but they did it there.
But we welcome Shabbat as we welcome a bride. Dade, page 138.
לך דודי, לקראת כלה, פני שבת לקבלה. לך דודי, לקראת כלה, פני שבת לקבלה.
שמור וזכור בדיבור אחד, ישמיענו אל המיוחד. אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, שם הוא תפארת ולתחילה.
לך דודי, לקראת כלה, פני שבת לקבלה. לך דודי, לקראת כלה, פני שבת לקבלה. לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה, כי מקור הברכה מראש מקדם בסוכה. שוב מעשה במחשבת מילה. לך דודי, לקראת כלה, פני שבת לקבלה. לך דודי, לקראת כלה, פני שבת לקבלה.
התעוררי, התעוררי, כי בעורך קומי אורי, אורי אורי, שיר דברי, כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה.
לך דודי, לקראת כלה, פני שבת לקבלה. לך דודי, לקראת
Shabbat bride.
בואי ושלום, עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצולה, תוך אמוניה סגולה, בואי כלה, בואי לך דודי, מקנת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי, מקנת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. מזמור שיר, מזמור שיר, Shabbat, con behondom l'Adonai u'samer eshimcha elyon. להגיד בבוקר חסדך, אמונתך בלילות, עלי עשור, עלי נבל, עלי היגיון וחינוך.
Bonnie, would you like to light our Shabbat candles?
We got a new one. Oh, okay. Baruch atah
Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared?
Invite the congregation to rise.
Baruch Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared?
Maybe seated. Page 148.
Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Hooray, yom ba'alayla, belor mipnei choshen, belor mipnei choshen, bechoshen mipnei or. Rolling to dark, rolling to light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Rolling to dark, rolling to light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Rolling to dark, rolling to light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Rolling to dark, rolling to light. Night becomes day, day turns to night.
Page 150. Everlasting love you offered your people Israel by teaching us Torah and mitzvot, laws and precepts. Therefore, Adonai our God, when we lie down and when we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and your commandments. We will rejoice in your Torah forever. Day and night we will reflect on them, for they are our life, and doing them lengthens our days. Never remove your love from us. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel.
Baruch atah Adonai, ohev amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem kevod malchuto le'olam va'ed.
Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol lavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi metzavecha hayom al levavecha Veshinantam levanecha, v'dibarta baham, v'shiftecha b'veitecha, u'v'lechtecha v'aderech, u'v'shochbecha u'v'kumecha, u'kashartam le'ot al yadecha, v'hayu letotafod b'neinecha, u'chatavtam al mezuzot beitecha, Uvishadecha leman tiskeru vasitem et kol mitzvotai veitem kedoshim lelohechem Ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim liot lachem le'Elohim Ani Adonai Elohechem.
Adonai Elohechem be'emet.
In a world torn by violence and pain, a world far from wholeness and peace, Give us the courage to say, Adonai, there is one God in heaven and earth. The high heavens declare your glory. May earth reveal your justice and love. From bondage in Egypt we were delivered. At Sinai we bound ourselves to your way. Inspired by prophets and instructed by sages, time and again we overcame oppressive forces. Though our failings are many and our faults are great, it has been our glory to bear witness to our God, keeping alive in dark ages your vision of a world redeemed. Let us continue to work for the day when the nations will be one and at peace. Then shall we rejoice as Israel did, singing on the shores of the sea.
ונאמר כפני את יעקב, גרגל המחזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני, קהל ישראל. השכיבנו אדוני, אלוהינו לשלום, והעמידנו שומרנו לחיים. השכיבנו אדוני, אלוהינו לשלום, והעמידנו שומרנו לחיים. ושמור צאתנו ובואנו לחיים ושלום מעתה ועד עולם. השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום והעמידנו שומרנו לחיים. השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום והעמידנו שומרנו לחיים.
The people of Israel shall keep Shabbat, observing Shabbat in every generation as a covenant for all time. It is a sign forever between me and the people of Israel. For in 6 days the eternal God made heaven and earth, and on the seventh day God ceased from labor and rested.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. והביאו את בני ישראל אותי לעולם, בששת ימים עשה אדוני אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. וביום השביעי, וביום השביעי, וביום השביעי, שבת ויהי נפש
We rise for Amidah, page 164.
אדוני שפתי תפתח ופי יגיד את תהילתך. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו אלוהי אבותינו ואמותינו, אלוהי אברהם אלוהי יצחק אלוהי יעקב, אלוהי שרה אלוהי רבקה, אלוהי רחל, אלוהי לאה. האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון, כומר חסדים טובים, וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניכם, למען שמו ואהבה. מלך זר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעם אדוני, מחיה כל אתה רב להושיע, משיב הרוח מוריד הטל, מחכה חיים בחסד, מחיה הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומתומך לך, מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה. ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל, ברוך אתה אדוני מחיה הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלע. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
May be seated. May these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day. And may this day fulfill its promise. Praise be Adonai for Shabbat and its holiness.
Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh ha-Shabbat.
You are with us in our prayer, our love, and our doubt, in our longing to feel your presence and do your will. You are the still, clear voice within us. Therefore, O God, when doubt troubles us, when anxiety makes us tremble, when pain clouds the mind, we look inward for the answer to our prayers. There may we find you, and there find courage, insight, and endurance. And let our worship bring us closer to one another, that all Israel and all who seek you may find new strength for your service. Blessed are you, Adonai, whose presence returns to Zion.
Baruch atah Adonai, המחזיר שנתו לציון, מודים אנחנו לה.
God of goodness, we give thanks for the gift of life, wonder beyond words, for the awareness of soul, our light within, for the world around us so filled with beauty, for the richness of the earth which day by day sustains us. For all these and more we offer thanks. Blessed are you, Adonai. Your name is goodness, and you are worthy of thanksgiving.
Baruch atah Adonai, הטוב שמך ולכנה להודות. שלום רב על ישראל עמך, תשים לעולם. 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 כי אתה הוא מלך הדור, לכל השלום. כי אתה הוא מלך הדור, לכל השלום. שלום רב על ישראל עמך, תשים לעולם. שלום רב על ישראל עמך, תשים לעולם. וטוב בעיניך לבער את עמך ישראל, בכל עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. שלום רב על ישראל עמך, תשים לעולם. שלום רב על ישראל עמך, תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם. תשים
Before we add the prayers of our hearts to the prayers of our Siddur, take a moment to think about those in our community, those in our family who are in need of God's blessing of healing. On this Shabbat, we are thinking about Osvaldo Barraza, Margot Brilliant, Rick Center, Sherry Center, Elliot Citron, Howard Citron, Etta Rachel, Bat Malka Zissel, Dale Friedman, Susan Friedman, Rita Gold, David Eisenberg, Ed Johns, Mindy Elizabeth Jones, Susan Jones, Alice Klein, Leah Tova Bar, Jack Lieb, Shammai Ben Michael, Leslie Piken, Elka Rock, Shaul Ben Moshe Verivka, Mark Rockfeld, Carol Sheckman, Shoshana Devora Bat Chava, Mark Byron Singer, Aryeh Stephen Sora, Kevin Webb, Yonatan Ben Feifel. Mishaberach Chavatenu Avraham Yitzhak v'Yaakov v'imotenu Sar Rivka Rachel v'Leah Hu Yavarech v'Yura Pei et Cholim Kodesh Baruch Hu Yamalei Rachamim Aleihem Hachlimam L'Rapotam L'Hach Zikam L'Hach Yotam V'Yishlach B'Mheira Refuah Shlema Refuat HaNefesh U'Refuat HaGuf B'Toch Shar Cholei Yisrael Ashta B'Agalav Izman Kariv V'Nomar. We say Amen. Take a moment for silent personal prayer.
Ose Shalom,
Shalom,
Bimbromam,
Bimromam,
Uyase,
Uyaseh,
Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol
Ve'al Kol
Israel,
Israel,
Ve'imru, Amen. Ose Shalom,
Ose Shalom,
Bimbromam,
Bimbromam,
Uyase,
Uyaseh,
Shalom Aleinu,
Shalom Aleinu,
Ve'al Kol
Ve'al Kol
Israel,
Israel,
Ve'imru, Amen. May the one who makes peace above makes peace for you, for me, for us, yeah. May the one who makes peace above makes peace for everyone. May the one who makes peace above makes peace for you, for me, for us, yeah. May the one who makes peace above makes peace for everyone. Ose Shalom,
Ose Shalom,
Bimbromam,
Bimbromam,
Uyase,
Uyase,
Shalom Aleinu,
Shalom Aleinu,
Ve'al Kol
Ve'al Kol
Israel, Ve'imru, Amen. Ose Shalom,
Ose Shalom,
Bimbromam,
Bimbromam,
Uyase,
Uyaseh,
Shalom Aleinu,
Shalom Aleinu,
Ve'al Kol Israel, Ve'imru, Ve'imru, Ve'imru,
I want to do just a little teaching tonight. I feel like I've been doing lots of teaching over Pesach this morning. We are, as we began Pesach last week, we began the period of the Omer. Okay? The period of the Omer is literally the counting of the days between Pesach to Shavuot. And the counting of the Omer, the period of the Omer, is all about getting from here to there. Okay? Agriculturally, it's about getting from the first planting, getting those seeds into the ground, to the first harvest. In our mythic history, it is about getting from Egypt to Sinai, from the world of Pharaoh to the world of justice and loving kindness that the Torah summons us to create. The journey out of Egypt, we're finishing Pesach, so we are still sort of thinking about that journey. Truthfully, we're really starting the journey. Teaches us three things about getting from here to there. So the first is that the journey begins when we recognize that here is not acceptable. In the story of the Exodus, it begins when the Israelites cry out to God. We're told that the people who were enslaved in Egypt had forgotten even how to groan. Imagine the Jewish people had forgotten to fetch. And it seems unrecognizable. That's how bad things had gotten. Okay? The first moan that rises up from the exhausted Israelite slaves in the book of Exodus is understood by many commentators as the beginning of the process of liberation. To begin to cry out is to take the risk of seeing things as possibly different. The second, the Exodus teaches us that the journey from here to there has to happen one step at a time. We enact this truth in our ritual counting of the Omer. We count each day and bless the act of counting. But we are careful never to mention the next day's count. The progression from one day to the next is not to be taken for granted. We count only the time that we have been given. We look toward Sinai, but we thank God for the present moment. Finally, the Omer teaches us that the journey out of Egypt, the journey from here to there, is not just an ancient memory. It is about the possibility of renewal that is built into all creation, into society, into the human heart. It is everywhere at all times. The Hasidic master, the Sfat Emet, teaches that this is the meaning of the song that we sang as we left Egypt. Each of us will go from here to there. We will do that when we start to recognize that where here is not acceptable, that we take the first step, and that it is a possibility for all times in all places. We are going to count the Omer. If you'd like to follow along, you can follow along on page 570. Page 570.
Hineni mukhanum suman, hineni mukhanum suman, hineni mukhanum suman, lekayem mitzvat aseh. Hineni mukhanum suman, hineni mukhanum suman, hineni mukhanum suman, לקיים מצוות עשה של ספירת העומר.
I am ready to fulfill the mitzvah of the counting of the Omer.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר קידשנו במצוותיו וציוונו על ספירת העומר.
Blessed are you, eternal our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to count the Omer.
היום 7 ימים שהם שבוע אחד לעומר.
Today is the 7th day, which is 1 week of the Omer. We continue, page 586. We invite the congregation to rise as the ark is open for Aleinu.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא סבנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו קיים, וגורלנו ככל עמונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, ונאמר והיה אדוני המלך על כל הארץ. היום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
Be seated. At this point, we remember those who are no longer with us. We acknowledge the yortzites of our congregant loved ones whom we have observed over the past week: Ramona Alexander, Gloria B. Barnett, Ruth Beaumont, Carol Bernstein, Shirley K. Burton, Estelle Center, Sarah Mayo Cohen, Stuart Gottlieb, Molly Gottlieb, Marshall Langer, Rose Lillian Leader, Sally Lerner, Milton Joseph Newman, Ephraim Peak-Nagura, Lorna Schwartz, Harold Shaper, Robert Strongen, Bertha N. Wasserman. We acknowledge those who are remembered on our permanent memorial plaques here in the sanctuary, who are listed below. We invite the congregation to rise for Kaddish Yatom, page 598. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, ve'alma divrach rutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, ba'galau v'zman kari v'imru.
Amen.
Yehei shemei Rabbah mevarach le'alam u'lamei umaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei d'kudashah,
Berichu.
le'alam min kol berchata v'shirata, tush bechata v'nechemata, da'amilan be'alma v'imru.
Amen.
Yehei shlama Rabbah min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. O say shalom b'mromav, Huya say shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. May the source of peace and peace to all who mourn, comfort to all who are bereaved. Together we say, Amen.
Amen.
May be seated. Once again, want to wish all of you a Shabbat Shalom. Say thank you to our service sponsors. Thank you, Don and Linda Lockshin. It was nice of you to sponsor in honor of Sandy and Don Goodman's birthdays earlier this week. Happy birthday again, Sandy and Don. Thank you to Bonnie Bloom, not only for lighting our candles, but sponsoring in memory of her beloved Aunt Sally Lerner. And finally, to the Wasserman family in memory of Bertha Wasserman. Just a reminder that tomorrow we will have regular Torah study and regular Shabbat services. Right after Shabbat services, I hope you will join us for our Shabbat Lunch and Learn with my colleague and friend, Rabbi Jack Romberg, who's going to be speaking about the book that he wrote about his Uncle Richard, who was a decorated German soldier in World War I, and then escaped Nazism, came to the United States, and at the ripe old age of 43, became an American soldier and became a decorated American soldier. Really a fascinating book about what life was like in Germany in the 1930s, and then what happened as he left Germany and came to the United States. Also this weekend, we encourage you to come on Sunday between 9 and 12:30. Make a donation. No money, doesn't cost you anything. In fact, I think you get like a $20 e-card if you show up and you donate a pint of blood. The blood is in short supply, as it always is, and so we hope that you will come and help rectify that situation. And you can sign up online. It's easy to do. I did it. Mine is at 11 o'clock. But if you just come, I think there's going to be enough spaces that we can sneak you in. Please do come. We want to do our part. We want Temple Sinai to do our part. Finally, as things are starting to come back to normal, we're inviting you on May 5th, Cinco de Mayo. We are inviting you just to come and have a fun time at the Taco Box. Leave it to Marcelo to give some color commentary to my announcements. Some of us are going to be gathering. I'm actually going to be in New York, but some of us are going to be gathering on Thursday, May 5th, and everybody pays their own way. You have to make a donation of $18 to attend. And it'll just be a night of getting together as a community and having a good time. So May 5th. I think, forgot, brunch and learn on May 15th with our empty nesters. I'm going to be speaking about anti-Semitism, origins of anti-Semitism, all the way to what we can do about anti-Semitism today. So we hope that you will join us for that and plenty of other things that happen in our congregation. There we go. Canner, you want to tee us up for our song?
Yes. I was planning to do another song, to be honest, but I was checking the Facebook chat today, and Jane Hiller reminded me that today is Earth Day. And actually, so did my son this morning, actually. She reminded me that what my son told me. He planted a plant, and then he did something about that, and then I saw this comment from Jane. So what I'm going to do is a song about Adama V'Shamayim. Adama means earth in Hebrew, V'Shamayim, sky. Is a song about nature that is a very popular song. And this is actually a call and response song, so you're welcome to repeat after me. First goes like this. Ea, 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 oh. Ea, Adama V'Shamayim Hom ha'esh Tzlil hamayim אני מרגיש זאת בגופי בליבי בנשמתי היה 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 In English we say, love the earth,
love the earth,
love the sky,
love the sky,
heat of fire, drop of water, I can feel it in my body, I can feel it in my soul. Eya, 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 oh. Eya, 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 oh. Eya, 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 oh. One more time. Eya, 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 oh. Eya, 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 oh. Eya, eya.
For Kiddush and Motzi.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Oreh peri agape. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Asher kideshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratza banu b'shabbat kodesho be'ava u'b'ratzon הנחילנו זיכרון למעשה בראשית כי הוא יום תחילה למקראי קודש זכר יציאת מצרים כי באנו בחרת אותנו קידשת מכל העמים בשבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת
Wack family finished their matzah. Temple Sinai has not yet finished its matzah, so Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. Shabbat shalom.